Incredible greetings. Hello, everybody, on this good old Saturday. Hello. Alrighty, so let me go over here real quick so that we can get started. All right, I just need to change this. There we go. We are all public. Hello, everyone. Incredible morning. Just allow me a moment to go ahead and get everything shared out, and we're going to get started so that I can do this custom order, but also talk to you guys about press on demand and what that means and how it can benefit you, whether you are a business or a hobbyist who makes things for profit, or a full-on business, or if you want to do like custom items, branded items, or if you just want to make some apparel and shirts and things like that for yourself. So this is not limited to those who just have a business. Anyone can use this method to make shirts for themselves or for others. All right. So, all right, why do we not have a share button? There we go. All righty, let's go. Oh man, 1 second, guys. My caps lock is on. How are you guys doing? As you come in, drop a hey, how you doing? Throw a wave up. Say good morning. Let me know who's watching. Give the video a thumbs up. Tag a friend. Consider hitting that share button. If you are not subscribed on our YouTube channel, consider taking the time now to subscribe. And we are going to get started momentarily, okay? All right. Hello, everyone. So just give me a moment. I'm still sharing this out. How are you guys doing? Okay, so I cut that one short. I will update that one later. So we're just going to go over here. We're going to share this out to my groups. And then we're going to get started. I really miss being able to share to like all the groups at one time. Meta is always making these little changes. All righty. There we go. Excuse me. Hello, hello, hello. Incredible morning, incredible morning. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys for jumping on with us this morning. We have 12 shirts to do, so it's going to be fairly quick today. Okay. Oh, my child took my charger and my phone is about to die. I was trying to do this live on TikTok, but that may not happen. Alrighty then. Yep. I don't have a charger, thanks to my kid. Alrighty then. I think this is going to reach up here. Let's see. Can I get this to reach up here? I just might be able to. My apologies, everyone. I didn't realize my phone was on 5%. There we go. We're all plugged up. We are ready to get started. I really miss being able to shoot. All right, so you can't do that from here. That's fine. Let's go over to here. There we go. All right. So hello, everyone. Incredible morning. I am Shakia, the professor of HSINK365. We are the home of the Honestly Speaking brand of products. We carry the absolute best sublimation ink sublimation paper. If you don't know, our sublimation paper allows you to sublimate as low as 365 degrees, as fast as 30 seconds. We also here teach Silhouette Studio. That's our main platform that we normally teach designing from, although we have incorporated our Photoshop classes as well. So if you are interested in learning how to use those softwares and also unlock your creativity, find your own design voice and not just design based off of somebody else's creativity and like their preference, but really be able to let your creativity shine, consider going over to our website and enrolling in some of the classes over there. We do recommend starting with any of like the basic classes that will teach you the tools and functions and things of that nature. We really encourage you guys, even if you feel like, just to get a better understanding of my teaching style and like the tools that I use so that you're not kind of confused and lost. We really recommend the 30-day training and the Photoshop Essential. And so we also teach business, pricing, marketing. So if you're in need of any of those trainings and services, visit our website, shop.hsink365.com. Today, we are going to do a DTF, or press on demand. So there's a lot of different things that can be considered to be press on demand. And when you're doing press on demand, it's more so like you don't need a printer with it. So you'll hear terms like POD, which stands for print on demand. And there are print on demand companies, but when you are doing it yourself in-house, that P is switched from print to more so press, because you're not actually pressing anything yourself. Printing anything yourself. You are simply just pressing it. And having access to transfers can really elevate your business. It can free up some time for you outside of designing, going through the process of printing out your transfers. If you're doing eco-solvent transfers, weeding them, maintaining printers. People underestimate how much it takes to maintain printers. And if you are a 1, 2, maybe even 3-person shop, when something happens with the printer and things of that nature, you're the ones that have to kind of stop. Production stops. You got to get that fixed and things of that nature. So that can be very time consuming. That can really cut into your productivity time, which cuts into your profit. But when you go and you create your design and you send them off for someone to basically print them out and send you the prints, or you go pick them up, that leaves you a lot of time to do other tasks, especially if you are in business. There's so many small components that many overlook in business and think that we just don't have time for it. But we're putting other things in that place. Like, we're prioritizing the wrong thing sometimes in business, thinking that we're going to maximize our profit. But when you want to do everything, you want to have printers in-house and you want to be responsible for maintaining them. You're the one that has to buy the ink, buy the cleaning solution, buy the film and the powder and this and that. Or if you're doing white tone, there's a lot to it. So if you took that off your plate, there are tasks that you can do that will help your business grow and grow and grow and grow. We cannot create more time. Time has been set. You got 24 hours, but between sleeping and family and work and all that, you have to make the most out of it. You just have to manage your time wisely, okay? So this is one of those ways, if you're in business and you do apparel, this is one of those ways where you can manage your time more efficiently, and that is doing press on demand by letting someone else deal with all of the equipment and maintenance of that, and you're simply going to just order them and press them to shirts, okay? So with the DTF transfers, we're going to be able to price this in a few seconds. You're not going to need a lot of equipment. So if you want to kind of get into this, all you're going to really need to start is a heat source, a pretty decent heat press. You want something that's going to give you even pressure. You want something that's going to have consistent heat so that you don't have cold spots and have moments where like part of your transfer will not adhere to your garment. You're also going to need parchment paper in this case, as well as a lint brush if you're going to do dark shirts. Lint brushes are paramount. With this, most times I'm not using any heat tape unless it's something really small, but so you can add heat tape to your arsenal for this. So if you're on a budget, this is a great way to start because it is very minimal. Very, very minimal equipment needed for this, okay? And then as you grow and you're building up your clientele and you're making more money, then you can look into getting your own equipment. And that the benefit of that is not just about like profit-wise, it's sometimes convenient and being able to get things done, be able to do last minute orders. If you feel like you have an audience that really want a lot of last minute things, that's where having your own equipment and kind of having full on control over the quality and how things come out. But just to get started with making shirts, whether you create custom transfers and you submit them, there are also several companies that will sell pre-made transfers with their designs on it. So if those designs resonate with you and your audience, you like what they what they represent, you can purchase. So with press on demand, there's a couple different things that you can do, like a couple different ways. If you're doing colored shirts, cotton shirts, you want to use things like DTF, which I'm going to use here, or you want to use white toner transfers or screen print transfers or eco-solvent transfers. There's also things like DTV printable transfers for darks that you can use as well. I use Jet Pro 3G. I don't care what anyone said. If you have a brand, I wouldn't recommend using Jet Pro 3G other than maybe like for your prototypes and just to kind of look at your design. But for custom shirts and things like that, I've used them so many times. This is a design that would not be ideal for something that requires weeding, because there's so many inner parts to it. The letters have lines in it and inner parts. So this would not be great for any of those methods that's going to require you to weed. So the Eco Solvent, the DTV, the Jet Pro 3G, or any transfers for darks. Something like this, you're going to want to look into the DTF transfers, white toner transfers, or screen print transfers for something like this. So you have to understand that although there are a bunch of different methods, not every method is great for every design. That's why I push so heavy on my platforms. I push heavy that you have to understand the designs that you are making, how you plan to use them, because that's going to determine the best method for you. Okay. So we are going to do, like I said, 12 shirts, well, 11 shirts. I've already did this one, so I hadn't needed it for the thumbnail. So we're going to go ahead and do 11 shirts, including some youth and infant and toddler shirts. I'm actually going to start off with those. So we have these two here. A couple of things when it comes to doing these that you must know. You have to pre-press, especially with DTF transfers. You want them to stick well. There is moisture in shirts, so you will need to pre-press your shirts to make sure that it actually adheres. Hold on, I'm looking for the ones for the little people. All right, there's our little people designs and all of those. Okay. If you're doing white shirts, you can use the same methods. Or if you want to use polyester shirts and not cotton shirts, you can use sublimation. All right. So I'm going to do the little people shirt first. This is an interactive learning experience. So we encourage questions. You don't know what you don't know. So if you see something that interests you, feel free to go ahead and post that question. We like questions over here. Do not feel discouraged and, feel like, oh, this might be a silly question. If you don't know the information, no question is a silly question. Now, I will say, I need a lint brush, and I have no idea where my lint brush is. I ask for my lint brush every single time I'm doing shirts. I really don't know where in the heck I'll be putting this lint brush at, so I may end up lint brushing this after the fact, because I really don't know where I put my lint brush at. Jesus, I'm always missing something. It's not a professor video if I'm not missing something. So this was actually pretty good, where I won't need a pressing pillow. God, I need to know this. Some of these shirts be having way too much lint on them. This one definitely does. I need my lint brush. I have no idea where it went. Okay, let me see if it's by the other heat press, because we have 3 different heat presses in here, and it just might be by the other heat press. One moment. I don't know where it's at. And I don't think this is going to help. I think this might add lint. Yeah, that's going to add more lint, because it's actually how that is. Where is my lint brush? Jesus. These shirts have a lot of lint on them. Oh my gosh, where is my lint brush? Father, in the name of everything that is holy, where is that lint brush? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. So you should have more than one. If you're in business, you got to have more than one of your key supplies. Let's see. I'm not going to stress it though. Where there's a will, there's a way. I had, hey, just say, I had a big order of 55 golf towels and I got DTF. I don't think I ever want to do vinyl again. Well, there are benefits to, still using vinyl. For me, it's about the color and like with the way vinyl is made. For certain things, you just can't get those same colors and just the way that it looks. You can't get that same thing with other print mats. Like anything that's really printed, you can't really get that. So I'm using my 6-inch wide heat tape because I don't know where my lint brush is. So I'm going to use pieces of my 6-inch heat tape that we do sell on our website. See, I told y'all, where there's a will, there's a way, honey. I'm going to figure it out. All right, so we want to do, like I said, a pre-press to pull out that moisture. When it comes to DTF transfers, you do need pressure. So you want a heat press that's going to give, and you can really control that pressure. Some heat press, like especially some of these craft like auto presses, you cannot control the pressure on it. So they may not give you the best results for certain types of print on demand transfers. All right. Okay, so let's grab the transfers. Oh, here we go. Ooh, that one looks like it might be a little small. Not really. So here's the thing, right? It kind of caught me off guard when I first put it on there. When you're looking at a shirt and it's flat, a design can appear to be small on that shirt because we're looking at all of this extra part here. But we have to remember that a lot of that is on the side, okay? And that's not in the front. If you're wanting your design to be right in the front, then you're going to use things like your collar going out a little bit, maybe. No, I don't go any further than like whatever the center of the shoulder is, but you can always use your collar as a good guide. It really depends on the shirt that you are using. So like I said, some things can appear to be small when you put it on there, depending on how it's made. Everything is not going to be super, super long. So if I were to fold this, I'm going to fold this in half to get my center point. But this design is collar to collar. Probably could have gone just a little bit wider on it, but it's still going to be great on the front of the shirt. When it comes to kids' shirts, we don't necessarily want to do the 3 inches like we would do with an adult shirt. Adults have, bigger chests. Their chest normally is going to be pretty flat. So if you go up too high, it's going to look like it's in their neck. On most unisex type shirts, the armpits is the center of the chest. So especially with smaller designs, you want it to look proportional. You want it to really be center mass. So you want to go off of that to where you're going to put your transfer. Okay. So I'm going to, if you want to kind of do the center of your design this way, you can go like that. But I'm pretty good with this. So we're just going to place that about there. You want your collar to be off of the platen so that you can have even pressure. When it comes to DTF transfers, they are cold. Most are cold peel. So what I'll end up doing is pressing most of these, putting them off to the side so they can fully cool. While I'm doing the next ones, they will fully cool. And then I will remove all of the transfers and then repress it. Oh, I'm sorry, you couldn't see me. I thought you guys could see over there. So unfortunately, I can't move the camera anymore. This is the main part of it. If you want to see where I was positioning myself or showing, you can always go over to our YouTube channel and you'll be able to watch the playback there. So I actually probably won't need one for this either, but a lot of times I will use a pressing pillow to raise it up if like the collar or the seams will end up being in the way. So I'll just put a pressing pillow underneath. This is just a piece of green foam to raise that up and make sure that we get good pressure on it. But with this shirt, it's actually not too bad as far as what's on the platen. So I'm going to leave that just like that. Yo, maybe if I actually come in front of it, I would have saw that was way, 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 way off. And then with these, 3 fingers will actually make it too far, like it will make it too far down with the smaller shirt. So I'm going to go up a little bit on that one because this is for a little person. Alrighty. So I'm going to do all of my, I guess you would say like customized ones, because all of the other ones, it doesn't matter what shirt it goes on, no matter what size, they're all the same title, and the transfers are all the same size for all of those shirts. Many crafters believe that they have to make custom sizes for every shirt, or you have to size your design for every single shirt. And that is not the case. If you guys were to go into a store right now and you were to pull out a ruler or use your hand or use the ruler on your phone and look at the shirts that are on the shelves that are hanging up, and you were to look at the sizes and measure the size of that design on those shirts, you will find that it is the exact same size. Time is money, okay? And you want to go and you want to have you want to have good production time. So if you have to go and look at your shirts and figure out, does this go with this size and this and the third, it can make it a really long process. So when they're doing stuff, especially when they're doing screen print, it's just like single screens for the most part, unless there is a large order of a lot of like one size shirt, then you'll find that people may have different size designs for each size shirt. But for the most part, it is all one size. They are all one size. Oh, I said once I got to this one, I was going to show. If you are someone that's new and you aren't really skilled with eyeballing it, there are tools that you can use. There are t-shirt squares. There are these little things that you can put on the shirt. You can get them on Amazon. Do I have any of them right here? And you can see the center of your shirt. There's laser ones. When you're doing, especially like contracting stuff, corporate orders, you really want to make sure that all of your transfers and all of your designs end up in the same place. That's one of the reasons why people like screen print, because when it comes to the screen print and you have a platen, most of those platens have like the little neckline in it. So all the shirts are being put in right at the same position, and all the designs will be at the same position. When you're doing handmade shirts, hand pressed shirts, and you're placing it yourself, it can be a little harder to get the designs like in the exact same spot on every single shirt. You just want to make sure that it's as close as possible, and it's like, not this really big noticeable thing, especially when they're going to be in the same room. So you can go and press a center line into your shirt. And what that's going to do is give you your center point. Now, once you fold this up, I try to keep my transfers cut in a way where it's not going to be deceiving to the eye, where it's all over the place. I like for it to be nice, clean lines so that you know it's not crooked. If you put way too many on what's called a gang sheet, that just means you just fill it up, or you put multiple on there. If you put way too many where you have to kind of cut in and out and you can't get good, nice cuts, you want to make sure that your design itself, when you are folding it, do not go off of how your paper is cut, the sides or anything like that. You really want to focus on the design and making it meet up side to side and on the bottom, and you want to crease the top and bottom of it, because no matter how it's cut, if you line your design up, that line is going to fall where it is center. And if you have your center line there, all you have to do is line it up. And as long as those two fall on that line and the line is actually center, your design won't be tilted or anything like that, because you're going to pull it up and it's going to be on the line. Why does this line look weird? Okay, my shirt was off. Okay. All right. So if you want, you can move it up to follow the line, but that's going to help you center your design, but also make sure that it's nice and square. All right. Now, this is a ladies cut shirt. Ladies cut and unisex shirts are different, especially when it's a V-neck and how far it comes down. And with the cut of ladies cut shirts, your design proportions are also different than a unisex shirt. So this is one of the reasons why I don't really subscribe to that, like those charts. Whatever shirts you use, you want to create a chart for yourself of those shirts, and know for each size, like if you have a one-off, what size you're going to make that shirt. Oh, come on. Someone says we got good tips over here, yet we only have 204 likes. I think we can do better than that. If you are loving the tips and loving the information, definitely double tap that screen. Oh, wait a minute now, homie. Oh my Jesus. Wait, where's the other one? Oh my gosh. Oh, whoo, Jesus. I was like, where is the other grandma? Okay. I don't know why I keep pushing it off of the platen before I place it, because I am one where I need to see the collar when I'm placing it. Why we got all this extra on here? Where are my scissors? That's team too much. It's distracting. So with these, especially with this particular brand, this is next level. The way the V comes down, there are some V's that are really high. So like, okay, wait, I'm gonna come over there to you guys on TikTok. But if you look at a crew neck, it is way up here. It's on your neck. So from a crew neck, you're doing like the 3 or 4 fingers to pull your design down. But with a V neck, it's already kind of accounting for that, right? So if the V neck comes to like here, I'm already at that like 3 to 4. So your design is actually going to go closer to the V if you go an additional 3 fingers down, because you already accounted for the V and you do 3 more fingers, you're putting your design way down here. So let me go ahead and actually, I'm not sure. Okay, wait, I moved it. I don't even know if you guys saw me. I'm going to back up past this, and then you guys on TikTok should be able to see me if I'm in this corner. All right, so you guys should be able to see. So with the neck, that's where people do the 3, 4 fingers, because it's way up here. A V neck is going to come down, and then there are some where it comes down and it's all in your chi-chis. So if you go, like if it's one where it comes down to where it's in your chi-chis, and you go 3 more fingers down, it's on your belly. So you have, this is why it's important to find the shirts that work for you. Stick with maybe 1 or 2 brands. That way, you know everything about that brand, how it fits. Get them in all of the sizes. Have people try them on. Take pictures. These are things that I did. Like I've had my family trying on shirts. When I did shirts for schools, and I did the big order for the elementary school. When I went to the open house and the PTA meeting, I had all of the different sizes shirts, and I had actually I learned my lesson to the second time to have several of them, because sometimes you don't know how people's bodies are. A small for one person can fit a different way on somebody else, because it might be because of their chest, their waist, their arms. So I would have a bunch of them, and I would let the kids and whatnot, and even the teachers and stuff who wanted their shirts, try them on to make sure that you're going to get like a good fit. So I pretty much stick to only a few brands. I don't kind of just filter through, because they're cut differently, they fall differently. So I know with this particular one, the neckline actually sits pretty low. So for this design, I'm going to want the top of it to really be right at this V. So right now where it's at, that's too low. It's going to sit down here. And this kind of has some letters and there's some designs on it. So it's okay for this design element to kind of go up through here, like on it. So it's going to be a little bit onto the V is how this is going to be placed. Okay. All right. So we're going to take this and move it up. Did that piece get on there? I don't know. I'm gonna press that one again. It's a little element up there I ain't too sure about, so we'll give that another little press. Oh, another tip, V-necks. I'm going to fold this for the full on visual. So V-necks are really, really tricky, guys. I mean, really tricky. And I'm going to show you why in just a moment. Okay. Depending on the brand that you are using, they can be a bit tricky, right? So this particular style from Next Level, the V, which I'm going to come over to you guys on TikTok, but the V is kind of tucked in. It overlaps. So although it overlaps, you would think that this is kind of like the center of the shirt, right where the tip is, but it's not. When you actually fold it, it's over some. It actually kind of comes to the end of it. May not seem like a lot, but depending on your design, that V, that point is not centered, which means if you you have to decide which one you want to focus on. If it's a design, it's a very distinctive looking center. You may want to line it up on center. But if it's a design that like you'll really be able to tell, it'll look like it's too far to the right or the left. If the main focus is like something like the length of the design, it's going to look too far to the right, to the left or right. But if it's something where you can kind of visualize a distinct like center point, you may want to line it up on here and not necessarily worry about the ends. It's only a small distance, but that distance can make it can make a big deal depending on your design. Whereas with this style, which is the Bella Canvas shirt, it does not overlap like that. Okay? It is stitched right to the center. And you can see from our center line, that lines up with the center. So let me bring this over here to you guys so that you can see. So with this one, it crosses over. The center line is actually over here. Whereas with this one, it's stitched at the center. So that is the true center line. If that was interesting, new, good to know information for you, go ahead and drop that TPTM in the comments. So if that was a good and interesting tip for you, go ahead and drop hashtag TPTM, the professor taught me. I just love learning from you. Thank you. How many of you guys struggle with placement of your designs? Who struggles with placement of their designs? All right, so what we're going to do, because anybody got time for this? Ooh, I didn't make it long enough. That's okay. Y'all know I'll come up with something real quick, child. Look. Innovation at its best. Because this lint is driving me absolutely bonkers, child. You making too much noise. What's in here? You making too much noise. Okay. Where's the will, there's a way. Oh, I can't see my line anymore. I cut the good part of the line off. You look a little off. All right, let's just kind of. Okay, it did need to be tilted just a little bit. This is not the line. The line is actually here. That look weird. That look a little, see, the center line, but that definitely looks a little bit off as far as spacing. Ooh, that is, no, wait. I'm looking at too much of the shirt. I saw this, but the actual line of the edge of the shirt or the center, the side seam is here. Still over, I maybe need to fold it. You know what? Okay, let's line you up. Because that line was a little off because that's pushing it that way. It's normally the one on the inside. Look, I'm going to know where I know to go on these because I know my shirts. So I don't know why did it seem like it went on this side instead of on this side? Because normally it's the one that's underneath that's really the true center. Okay, that's a little more like it. I was like, what is going on? So for those of you who struggle, hopefully these tips are helping you to get better alignment and placement on your shirts or just any apparel. All right, while I am about to press this last shirt, I'm going to take the opportunity to remind you guys that we do, although we are doing DTF, we don't sell DTF prints. We outsource them. This is just great for us. We do so many other things that maintaining a printer. I saw the maintenance of one of these printers last night at home. Oh, Jesus, it's a lot. Oh, Lord, it's a lot. So we just order our prints. These particular prints came from I Love It Customs, located here in South Florida. Well, I don't know if Broward, they kind of petty sometimes. I don't know if they consider themselves to be South Florida, or they want to be like, they Broward, they Pompano, they Fort Lauderdale, they 954. But South Florida is South Florida. To me, South Florida is everything from West Palm Beach to Marathon. But she's located up there. And I was able to go and pick these up. She has a same day option, but I don't know if I should say that because rush fee, the rush orders and rush prints, do throw a monkey wrench in it all. So but you have places like 613 Originals, FM Expressions, Stalls Transfer Express, their Color Max, and they can be kind of pricey. But 613 Original, FM Expressions, TKO, those are some of the ones that I have personally used. So I'll let you know on this one, I had to do some changes, and I actually did make this one a little too small for this size shirt. But we're going to make it work. Also, I was in the middle of telling you guys about our website. So although I purchased these, we sell sublimation supplies. We have sublimation ink, sublimation paper. But right now on our classes, they are buy one, get one 50% off. Or if you buy any of our Honestly Speaking products, they are buy a product, get a class 60% off. Oh, y'all still consider yourself to be South Florida? Y'all act petty up there in that 954. Y'all be a little petty. Most people take sheets off of their lint brushes. Here I am adding sheets because the stick is just going to make it kind of stick a little bit better. Don't talk about my ghetto lint brush. Look, I am innovative, okay? And when you run out of lint brush and you use that Honestly Speaking 6-inch tape to make yours, let's see if you laughing then. I bet you when you're out of a lint brush, you're gonna like my little ghetto tip. All right, so all of these are done. I'm gonna go ahead, just in case you can't stay for the full duration of the live. The rest of them are all the same print. So what I'm going to do is just finish and finalize these shirts. So I want to just kind of check a corner. We're coming off. It's coming off well. Go ahead, take that off. And then to really push this into the fibers of the shirt, we're going to take a piece of parchment paper, which I thought I already had my parchment paper cut. It was under my shirt at one point. Well, where did it go, homie? Don't know where it went, but that's okay. We keep cleaning your parchment paper here. So you want parchment paper. Parchment paper is non-stick. You can use your Teflon. I just prefer to use something that's going to be disposable, just in case I'm on some off chance, some ink decides it wants to develop a mind of its own and get all over the place. So, and that's normally where I do. Actually, these were backwards. So I'll do this press to push it into the fibers. What was the comment? Good morning. Thanks for branching off from vinyl. I was wondering, do I outsource or buy? Well, I'm not branching off from vinyl, baby. I love vinyl. I absolutely love vinyl. To me, for certain designs, I love vinyl. This is something that's not ideal for vinyl. I think that every method, every design, every method has its pros and its cons. It has its advantages and benefits. I absolutely love vinyl. I am not branching off from it. Absolutely love it. But this is a full color design. I would never, ever be able to accomplish a watercolor design using vinyl. Now you can use eco solvent prints, and which is vinyl, but this design is made to where weeding would not be fun. Even though this is fully printed, weeding this definitely would not be fun. So every method has its place. And then I know there was a second part to your question. The second part of that was, do I outsource or buy? So with this particular live broadcast, we are talking about the benefits of what's called press on demand. You can choose to be someone that does print on demand. The person that made this, they would be considered like a print on demand. They can make those prints for you when you need them. You don't have to have a whole bunch of them just kind of like sitting there. When you need them, you order them. So that company would be considered a print on demand company, the company that you outsource to. And when you outsource, you do what's called press on demand. And that's just what this is when you have the transfers. So POD can have two different meanings: print on demand and press on demand. So these are considered press on demand. So I purchased them. I have no desire to get a DTF printer. Now DTG, a little bit different. But DTF, nah, homie. Y'all can keep that. Huh. Let's see. It's like right at the very top, those little pieces did not stick, but the adhesive is there. That's going to leave a mess if I don't get it to stick. So we're going to try that again, as far as letting that cool. And maybe I did not pre-press that one enough. Some little pieces want to stay behind. It's on the little people shirts. See, little people are always difficult. Now, you know what? I should have went with my first instinct and went on ahead and put this pressing pillow under here. That's what I should have done. I underestimated those seams. So I'm going to put the pressing pillow under here and press that for those little small areas. All right, so we got to wait for this one. I'm going to move on to the next sets of shirts. Let's see what's going on over here. Oh, see, she just said over there, pressing pillow. Yep. All right, so with these, doesn't matter what order I do them in, they all get the same print. The print has the same name, it's the same size. So I typically tend to work like that. I'll do anything that's like custom or like that's out of the ordinary for the rest from the other ones, do those first. That way I can just breeze through these and it's kind of mindless and you just pick one up and move on to the next. Oh, I think the other question I saw in there, did I design in Canva? Canva can be a great place to design at. I don't typically use Canva for a lot of my custom designs and shirt designs. I'm not going to say that you can. I'm not going to say that it's not an okay place to design. I like a little bit more control over my design. So I prefer programs that's going to give me that control, that's going to allow me to do more modifications than Canva will allow. So as a graphic designer, I see the benefits in it. I do like it for social media content, for thumbnails, and certain things, but I don't use it a lot for designs. This was designed all in Silhouette Studio. If you don't know, Silhouette Studio is a free software to use. Yes, it is the software that you would use to control the cutting machine cameos. However, because it is an actual standalone graphic designing software, you can use it to design for anything, even things that you are not going to use a Cameo, Portrait, Curio, Alpha, or Mint machine for. So I teach Silhouette Studio. That is our primary platform or program to teach from because it is great for beginners. I have quite a few advanced students, and we have our mentor sessions and our individual sessions, but as like the masses and on my platforms and the majority of my groups, I do focus on those who are new to kind of have a little experience, but still not quite there. That is what our content is more so focused on. So a lot of our content is geared towards newer users and new to designing and new to creating custom items. And then we do have some intermediate and more advanced classes and teachings as well. But the primary focus is getting those who are just starting out I'm starting out. I mean, I've been doing it for a while, but obviously I'm doing something wrong. I'm a little frustrated. I don't understand these design softwares. I don't know how to put my own designs together. So it's geared towards that audience. Okay. So I use Silhouette Studio to do the majority of my designing. All right, I see something over here. Hold on. What do you recommend if you have order for maybe 25 plus shirts with fonts only, no pictures? Would you use vinyl or DTF? It depends on how complex the design is and how much time I have. So if you have a lot of orders, and for you, efficiency is the priority versus, I guess you would say, like doing yourself and like profit, you can definitely do vinyl if it's not something that's going to be too complex with weeding. But I will say for me, how my life is set up and how my business is set up, if I have at least a week and a half before that order is due, I'm ordering screen print transfers. I would not do DTF transfer unless it's a lot of colors. So if there's like one or two colors, I'm going to do screen print transfers. If it's a full color design, things like gradients, patterns, then I would do DTF. But if it's just solid colors, or I'm going to say not gradients, because then you couldn't use vinyl anyway, unless you had like a pre-printed piece of eco-solvent vinyl, and then you cut your design into it, I would, use vinyl. But for time's sake, efficiency, I can be doing other stuff. That many shirts to weed it. Also, you have to think about what type of cutting machine you have. So if you only have a small, like one cutting machine and doing all of those, you got to cut down your vinyl. You have to do this, do that. So a transfer and doing press on demand is going to be most likely will be a better option for you. See, when it's a larger shirts, there's nothing. Like it's completely flat on the platen. So with those kid shirts, their shoulders, their sleeves was affecting the pressure on this. You are very welcome. All of our classes right now are buy one, get one 50% off. So if you head on over to shop.hsink365.com, you can look at all the classes that we have, everything from our Silhouette Studio 30-day training, which is our top rated class. It's 30 days of getting down to the nitty gritty, learning every tool and function, how it works in Silhouette Studio. And then from there, our crash course is a great place to start. If you're just trying to figure out designing and design concepts, that's a really great place to start. If you are someone that wants to do vector, this design is not considered to be a vector design. Now, the words can be vector, but overall, it's not a vector design. So if you're someone that has a desire to create your own SVGs, okay, your own vector type files where it's solid lines filled with, can have a bunch of different colors, but it's more so made up of solid shapes, lines, text, and things of that nature. You can look into our SVG class or vector designing class. If you are somebody that you're in the event space, we have a class that's for those who want to make party favors and decor and things of that nature. We have a class if you want to focus on learning memorial designs. I don't do the typical, and I don't necessarily teach the typical memorial designs with pearly gates and all these clouds and doves and things. Oh, speaking of which, Jesus Christ, I have to send off that design. I completely forgot to send her her design. We get very creative. I love text-based designs. I am one where I don't like to wear shirts with people's pictures on it once they pass away. So because that's my preference, I do a lot of shirts with text on it. People love it here. They always think that memorial shirts have to have text pictures, because that's what people see. When they see my designs and realize, oh, wait, that's a memorial design. Like, I literally feel like I can wear that any day of the week. Like it's always great when it comes to like my design. So I teach a lot of that, how to create great, effective text designs for memorial and not have to always rely on pictures. Some people don't want pictures. I have explicit instructions to my family. Don't put my face on no shirt. Should I when I should pass, Oh, what am I? That wasn't a pre-press. And I forgot to pre-press this shirt. Okay, we're gonna let this sit. God dang it, I forgot to pre-press this shirt. I think. Don't put my face on the shirt, okay? I don't think I pre-pressed this shirt. I remember lint brushing it, but I don't remember. I did not. I don't remember pre-pressing it. So hopefully this sticks, because Jesus. So I'm going to pre-press this one before I lint brush it so that I don't forget to pre-press. You definitely need to pre-press with these DTF. Well, at least in my experience, you need to pre-press. My mom gave us the same instructions. Exactly. Some comments have been filtered to protect the community experience. So if you just left a comment, I'm not able to see it. Try rewording it and posting it again. And OMG, I just realized I keep forgetting when I come to the office because I leave out of the house early. My medicine is in my pocket. So let me get my meds. If you don't know, I had a heart attack at 42. So I know it might sound like I'm crazy saying get my meds, but got blood thinners and beta blockers and this, that, and the third and all this other stuff, baby aspirin that I have to take to make sure my heart keeps ticking and I can keep teaching. This was very helpful information. I was watching a playback of yours when I paused to catch this live. Awesome. You do what you got to do. Stay healthy. Happy Saturday. Don't forget to take your meds. I know. I just took them. All right. If you're just joining and wondering why in the heck am I going over my shirt with a tumbler, well, I can't find my lint brush. So, and I think it's time to add more tape to this. I took some of our heat tape that is available on our website, my 6-inch tape, and I wrapped it around this tumbler to make me a makeshift lint brush. Don't judge me, judge yourself, okay? I am a creative. I make it do what it do, and I figure ish out, okay? So it definitely needs a new piece. So we're going to if you like, if you're not judging me and you like my little lint brush hack, go ahead and drop that 365 in the comments. If you like my little hack, drop 365 in the comments. Come on now. Now, how you got stuck way back there? If you think it's ghetto, go ahead and write, Professor, that's ghetto. If you think my little hack is ghetto, go ahead, be honest. Put, Professor, that's ghetto. Okay, I got some y'all with me over here. I got some 365s. Ow. Look, in this business, you got to think quick on your feet, honey. Time is money. I didn't have time to go look for that lint brush. Because y'all know I'm quick to lose something. $365. Okay. Yes, I was wondering why you were doing just that. the tumble lint roller. Hey, I'm telling you, you mentioned that you teach classes on how to design SVGs. I didn't see that on the website. Yeah, it's there. Just go under class playbacks. It says, so it doesn't say SVG. It's going to say vector because it's not necessarily an SVG. So we got to learn the proper terminology. So I know that I probably should put SVG. That's like a big no-no when you are someone that's teaching, or even in your business. You should, even though it's not really what it is, I guess you should be using the terms that people are going to naturally look for. And so crafters, they tend to look for the term SVG, but it's vector. So you look on there, it's going to say 7-day vector challenge. And that is where you learn to make your own SVG files. SVG stands for Scalable Vector Graphic. It is working, and that's all that matters. But What made you think of using a tumbler? Because it's round like a lint brush, and I have 6-inch tape. Or actually, that's not even the 6-inch tape. That's actually the 8-inch tape. So that was the thing that was that size. Literally when we started, I was like, shoot, what am I going to use? The first time I just had the paper, and I was like, wait, let me put this on something. So I just put it on the tumbler. Very innovative. People appreciate creativity over here. And I think they do sometimes. Let's see. I don't think it's an expensive. E-tape really isn't that bad. Like, and I went through a couple of shirts. I feel like with regular lint brushes, I can't get through that many shirts with it. So I can cover more area with it. So yeah, it might balance itself out. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. Wait, I'm missing something. Hold on. 10, 11. So I am missing one more, but I shouldn't. Okay, no. Okay, I have 2 transfers here, so I am missing one more. However, these shirts have gotten mixed up, and I don't remember which size I'm missing. So let's take a look at these and figure out which one we're missing, because my shirts got mixed up. All right. Where is the, okay, there is the uncle shirt. So I can put all of these off to okay, it had, oh, here it is. All right, that's the uncle one. And then now I have to figure out which ones I'm missing from the other sets. Okay. Oh, well, let's do this one too. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm probably making a lot of noise in your ear. I forgot this microphone was like right here. I do apologize. I know that had to be extremely loud. My sincere apologies. Okay, so these are done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Haha, pressing pillow worked. Okay, 5. I think I'm going to have to use it on this one, this kid shirt, because it's parts of it that's still coming. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I am missing 2 shirts. No, missing 1. 11. Okay, so I'm missing 1 shirt. All right. I got to figure out which size I'm missing. Okay. Okay. I'm missing this one. All right, let's check the comments. I know that's right. Hello, baby's booty. How art thou? Incredible morning. Are there any printers that can handle true eco-solvent ink? As far as like converting, no. You would have to use a true eco-solvent printer such as a Roland. Mimaki has some. So you would have to use an actual one because that is a gel-based, an oil-based ink. So what you're saying, no more lint brushes, buy more heat tape and bam. I'm so glad to see that I'm not the only one that uses tape. Wait, the only tape queen in the building. I will improvise in a heartbeat. Amen. I like, not even low key, I high key think it's actually working better than a regular lint brush. Like, I'm for real, I think this is actually working better than the lint brush. What the young kids say, no tea, no shade to the lint brush, but this tumbler, this tumble brush It's doing something for me. All right, so we're done with all of them. Now I'm just going to, so if you ever put your hand across a DTF print, it's going to have kind of a slick feel. It might feel a little heavy on like the hand feel, but when you go in with your parchment paper and you press it, it's going to really push that into your fibers. Oh, another thing. The other reason why I prefer parchment paper over Teflon, parchment paper will give you a matte finish. Teflon will give you a glossy finish. Teflon will give you a glossy finish. Parchment paper will keep it matte. That's with DTF and EcoSolvent prints and Jet Pro 3G. Look, those just didn't want to stick. Okay, it's stuck on that side. Over there, it just didn't want to do what it's supposed to do. All right, how many people can we get to commit to going over to shop.hsink365.com and checking out the classes that's over there? If you are going to commit to investing in a class, I also need you to commit to not just buying the class and actually going through, watching the videos at least once, and then you might want to go through and try the execution. So if you feel like you want to kind of watch it first and then work on execution, that's fine. But how many people do we have that's going to commit to elevating your business? Whether it's with our Pricing for Profit seminar, our business course, which is the Professor's Creative Business Program, if it is creative designing, the crash course, if you want to focus on designing. If you are brand new to designing, I highly recommend that your first thing that you are going to add to your cart is that 30-day training. Even if you plan to use Affinity, Canva, Photoshop, Illustrator, it's about although it's different terminology, you'll understand what these tools do. Like in Illustrator, minus front, minus back, and how that differs when it comes to cropping or subtracting and things of that nature. Learning about compound paths, learning about text. We go through different text. We have a text effects class, layout and composition. So you get all of that that base knowledge in those classes. And then, like I said, we do have the Photoshop Essentials, where it's meant to not intimidate you by everything that's available in Photoshop. There's a lot. Photoshop can be used for designing. Photoshop can be used for photo editing. Photoshop can be used to enhance pictures and add certain things to it, remove things. Photoshop can take a real thick chick and make her real skinny, make a real, petite girl, make her tall. There's a lot that you can do with Photoshop. There's so many tools that most people don't explore when it comes to making your own brushes, making your own layer styles. Like I said, there is so much to Photoshop. It can be overwhelming. But I know what my community needs. Those who are trying to build a business, those who want to make designs such as this. There are only certain tools that you really need to focus on when you're first starting out. And that is what our essentials to Photoshop is. Understanding your smart objects, understanding how to fade things off, use your pen tool, use your content aware, how to mask things off, how to blend them. Those are all the things. Using your shadows. The difference is in the shadows, big shadows, small shadows, your blend modes, your opacity or transparency, adjusting colors, changing the colors on things. These are all the key things that you need if you are someone who is in the custom creations business, if you are wanting to design like for your own brand and things of that nature. Those are going to be the key tools and functions that you must learn. And that's what we focus on in the Photoshop Essentials. And then you can go and grow from there. Once you lock those skills down, you can work on everything else that Photoshop has to offer. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this. We're going to, some little pieces kind of came up. So I'm going to press this one again because I don't want the adhesive to stay behind and then there's no actual design part there, because that adhesive, this is a black shirt. The minute adhesive hits a black shirt, you see it. So we're going to try and give that one more little press. Can you add vinyl to a DTF designs? I've never tried that. I don't see an issue with it because especially since it melts in, you can definitely add it around it. I've added vinyl to Jet Pro 3G right on top, so I don't foresee that being an issue. Just have to make sure it's the right vinyl. I've always only done it with Caesar vinyl, but I don't foresee there being any issue. Like I said, I've done it with Jet Pro 3G before, so I don't foresee there being an issue for DTF. Why do I have such a hard time peeling the transfer? I don't know. It's just like on some of them, it just did not stick. It happens. Everything is not going to be a perfect peel. That's the one thing that I also teach over here. It's not going to be perfect every time. So I'm always grateful when things don't go right. I've been doing this for a long time. I probably can go and peel it off. But those who I teach, my target audience are people who are brand new to this. They're just learning. They're going to experience mistakes. I hear their frustrations when they say, like, they're frustrated when they make mistakes. They blame themselves. It creates self-doubt. It creates anxiety. So I'm the type of instructor and type of professor where I'm going to show you mistakes. I'm going to show you that things can happen. But what I'm also going to do in that is explain why it happens, how to overcome that, how to combat that, how to identify that. So over here, we like mistakes. We like a little struggle over here because it becomes a teaching moment. Because everybody won't have the same experience. Everybody won't have the same heat press and things of that nature to get like the perfect press. Some people may have cold spots. I may have had mine, and although this is a very expensive heat press, I may have had a cold spot on mine. So we have to learn to identify those because it's not going to always be this ideal situation. So let's see. With that statement, how many of you guys, when you go and you have things that are going wrong, you watch these YouTube videos that show you one or two presses of DTF. They want to come on and it's a sponsored video. They want to show you about DTF. They got these transfers. They speed it up. You don't see all of the mistakes. And then when you try it, It's not how you saw it on the video. Who here, because I'm going to raise my hand, because I know I was a beginner at one point. Who here has experienced that where that has caused anxiety for you, that makes you feel like you're doing something wrong when it messes up? But the good old instructor on YouTube and on Facebook and now on TikTok, they did it and they made it come out so perfectly. How do you feel like, man, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with my heat press? Should I be doing this? Should I give up on my business? Because obviously I'm not meant to do this. I'm not cut out for this because I can't get it to be right. So how many of you have experienced that? Because I know I have. I know I can't be alone in that. Okay, we got somebody over here who said me. Mistakes make you better. Hey, Cuzzo, how art thou? I want to learn with my white toner. I learned that with my white toner. It took me almost a year to master it. She raised her hand. I'm telling y'all, it's not just DTF. I used to cry when I made mistakes because I wanted everything to be perfect. Oh, over here, we only got one person that's honest. Oh, so we don't experience anxiety over here. Okay. That means y'all just watching me for entertainment. All right. All right, this one over here acting a little wonky. But the one good thing is I do have extra transfers. So if I had to redo this, I could, but I don't know. Those little pieces at the top just want to be stubborn. All this is good. It's just these little dots at the top that want to be a little stubborn. All right, there we go. This is the last one. All right, this is the last one. Last call for questions. Last call for questions, comments. That wasn't a question for DTF. It's in general. You've seen something be done, whether it's a design, if it's HTV, if it's gluing paper together. I know I still have some people here who do paper crafting. So you might be trying to glue paper together. You trying to figure out, well, why mine, look all wet and wobbly and it's all messed up. Well, why my glue gun, I have a glue gun. They got a glue gun. Aren't all glue guns the same? Why I got lumps and bumps in mine, but the Professor's own is smooth? It's because I use a 300-watt glue gun. But it has not to be just with DTF. Anything that you do in this creative, if you make shirts, if you make tumblers, if you make mugs, I got a couple of them that ain't perfect. So, this side, it looks good over here. The first time I did an all over mug, it wasn't perfect. Look at the back of that. That wasn't perfect, but did I give up? No. I have some all over mugs that are absolutely flawless. I have some tumblers that were not great. And you're doing them, you feel like, well, dang, what am I doing wrong? So it doesn't have to be just DTF. It's anything that you do when you are creating. There's no machine involved. And it's like we take it personal, right? Because it's our business. They're going to talk about us. We take it real, real personal. We all experience that. Nobody is perfect. So I like to show the different ways that you can overcome some of these things. Can eco-solvent prints be used on car license plates? If you use a true eco-solvent printer, yes, you can. Meaning you are going to use adhesive vinyl. So car wraps, the decals inside, like on windows, whether it's a car window, a storefront window. Even what they wrap caskets in, that is printed adhesive vinyl on either a solvent-based printer, whether it's eco-solvent, solvent, or a latex printer. You can print onto those medias and then use them for license plates. You can use them for wall decals, window decals, car wraps, car decals, bumper stickers, funeral wraps. I use them for yard signs. I use them for inlays, for caskets. Man, you name it. Our packages that we send out, we send out our sublimation ink and paper, We print our own stickers in-house for our poly mailers and our boxes. So anything that you need an adhesive on. Oh, my husband just took them home. I had some big, large cutouts. Those were done with adhesive vinyl as well. I still make mistakes on I still make mistakes on my all over mugs. Now I keep my mistakes to learn from them. And even with your mistakes, there's probably an area on it that looks really good. You know what you can do with that? You can take a picture of it. When you have those mistakes, don't throw them away sometimes. Like, you can go and take a quick close-up shots, hide the little mistakes. No one will ever know. If you take a full-on picture, make that the spot that you put your watermark over, so no one will be none the wiser. But we have to start to learn to how to use, like, it's not wasteful. If we just go and throw it away, yes, we've thrown money away. But if we can take that thing that was messed up, but we can use it for something else, we can repurpose it. We can use it for our content. We can use it for our marketing and branding, because sometimes we're doing orders and then it's time for them to go out the door and get to the customer, and you never got to get a picture of it. So take advantage of those oopsies and make them work for you. Don't let that be money that's going in the trash or down the drain. People used to say it's so easy and you must be doing something wrong. Exactly. Like, man, it used to drive me nuts. I'm working while watching, but snap, I will stress every new project and forget the things I know. Exactly, man. That it happens. The seams on tumblers are my Achilles heel. Have you tried my method for that? I don't really like videos that are edited. Me either. That's why I'll give you a 2-hour live before I'll edit a video down. No, water-based, when it comes to the converted printers, the only thing that you can do with converted printers is HTV. That is the only thing that you can do. Converted printers are water-based, and the only thing that you can use it for is HTV. You cannot use water-based, the converted ones, for anything adhesive vinyl. No window cleans, no adhesive vinyl, none of that. Converted printers are only for HTV. All right, so I would recommend going over to my my YouTube. The video is there. Look, this is black. People always say, "Oh, blacks are the hardest things to do." I'm gonna turn it real slow. If you can find an imperfection in this, let me know. All right, I'll even bring it so y'all don't think, okay, I'm trying to trip because I got it way back there. I use an oven. I don't use a tumbler press. Now, I will say I do use a regular oven that is sealed. The heat is in there. It's going to heat up evenly. Now, I more so use that now. Before, when I was doing it at home, we don't really have a large oven. We have like a smaller one. And that one can be hit or miss sometimes. But I do this right now in the shop. We have a regular range stove. And there is nothing toxic about the sublimation process, especially when you're using art paper. You don't have to use all that other extra stuff. I use a couple pieces of Honestly Speaking or HS ink heat tape, and this is what it is. So if you check out my method, so if I can do that with a full-on black tumbler, and just so that you know, the seam is right here. Because that I know because of my logo. These are, of course, printed with our ink and pressed with our paper. Even if you don't have our ink, you can definitely use our paper and still get great results. The vibrancy, the transfer, that power is in the paper. I mean, the paper and the ink is an amazing combo, but if nothing else, I highly recommend that you head over to the website and try out the paper. There is a discount code in the link for our TikTok fam. I've been using my own oven for years. I'm telling y'all, like, it's a whole misconception that it's toxic. It produces the best. When I have large orders, I can fit 15, 16 tumblers in there, and I'm getting 15, 16 tumblers done in 5 minutes. You can't beat it. All right, so no other questions on DTF and press on demand. So I'm going to go ahead and log off. I just might be back for some silhouette teaching. We will see how your girl feels. Best paper I have found. Love this paper. Thank you so much for that live review, Tina Wood. I really, really appreciate it. The shirt, plain paper setting. The black is full on black. I don't know if I'm in the right position for y'all to see the back of the shirt, but alrighty. So, I don't want this video to be too long. TikTok, if you guys have questions, stick around. But I'm going to go ahead and end it over here. We are done with all the shirts. I need to pack them up and let my customer know that it's okay to now come and get them. So I should talk to you guys later. Thank you guys so very much for joining us. Don't forget to visit the website, shop.hsink365.com. If you have not done so already, make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you hit that notification bell so that you are notified, hopefully, whenever I release a new video, I go live. Don't forget to like and follow us over on Facebook. You can send me a friend request, Shakia Lavelle. Follow us over on TikTok. I'm not big on Instagram. It's not really, my lane, but, we got a little something over there. All right. But I look forward to servicing you guys and teach you guys in the near future. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.